I just wanted to hear because it sounds like that was you said you always came in because you wanted to fly, but that first deployment, it sounds like you started really looking at CAS, and you started looking at things from kind of like a different angle, and it had to be just such a weird thing for you. You go through indoc and you watch the towers fall, you're at the 2-3, and then you blow out and you go to this country, but you see immediately how air power, which is that's our bread and butter, right? Like it's leveraging air power for us as a ground maneuver element, but really you're looking at the larger air force. And is that when that bug started kind of biting you, like, hey man, I think I want to go over and I want to fly these A-10s?
Yeah, I think at that point I secretly wanted to be a controller. So
it happens like that. First time that I ever called in, I was lucky enough to call in AC-130, like live AC-130 down in Melrose. Like the team sergeant I was working for, I was the airfield seizure PJ, right? Like when I was at the 321st. So we were on a TDY, they were doing FMQs, and he was like, hey, do you want to call in, live AC-130? He took me and the other PJ out. Listen, man, I get it. The first time that I called in those fires, and it was my voice on the radio, and then an AC-130 put a 105 round on one of the target sets, I was like, okay, I get it. I understand what controllers are excited about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it was.
I love being a mediocre PJ. Nobody can take that away from me, But like, listen, I get the whole controller thing.
I love being a PJ, man, but I pride myself on knowing other people's jobs, So, I mean, there's some people who min run everything. They're just like, that's not my lane. And I was always that guy, like, dude, if you're going to make me carry your 5590 in my already heavy ass Medrock, because you just need somebody else to carry more batteries for you, I at least want to know how to operate your radio and some of your gear if you go down. And I had that mentality. Same thing. I was obviously a brand new pup on that deployment, but as I came back and I did follow on deployments, and I had my own pups come in 3 levels, I would be, dude, here's the deal. Be a great PJ first, but like you need to know how to do your controller's job and everything else. And maybe not to the level of say check goes down, clear to land, dude. If anything, right, throw in your bench, stroke, just some small TTPs and how to operate stuff. I think you need to cross train a little bit, and I think that's what the way special warfare is going, which is awesome. That you don't have like, oh, this is my lane, this is all I do. It's like, no, you're a team leader now. You've got this knowledge and this background, which is just going to make you better. And if it wasn't for that knowledge I had as an initial J and being with the controllers, I might not have gone the route I did with A-10s, knowing what I did. So it's all made me better, man. And everything that I've learned at this point, I wish I had known back then, because you just think you're invincible, especially in that first deployment. Like, but you realize now, you're like, I was the dumb kid who didn't know anything. And you just got
100%
learning, man.
But that's not just you. That's everybody. Like we all feel like that. That's and that's the reality of it. And one of the things about learning other people's job is you never know when someday it's going to save your life, because maybe that controller gets shot or incapacitated or something like that, and you got to be Johnny on the spot, pick up the radio, or going to a hog driver, or even if you're a Viper pilot or something like that. But if that JTAC gets hit on the ground, incapacitated, and then there's somebody on the radio that doesn't know how to do a 9-line, doesn't know how to do a call for fire, and you as a pilot have got to, being separated from the situation, calm that person down, be able to pull and extract information enough for you to be able to target the enemy and not target friendlies, which is a very challenging, and that's one of the things that we work through as a JTAC. Like whether it's hey, we're training, helping to train pilots as, hey, I'm non-qualified JTAC, or even if we put a PJ or an SR dude or somebody random on there, it's difficult for a pilot to be able to do that. Like it's impressive.
Oh, definitely.